Jesus of 2,000 years ago faced this same problem, according to the New Testament. He represented the Father, whom no one physically saw. He states, Jesus, I can of mine own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not my own will, but the will of the Father which hath sent me. Well, even Jesus' disciples struggled with belief of the reality of the Father, again, who was not seen. Present, but not seen. In other words, unseen. It states, Philip saith unto him, Jesus, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Jesus saith unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, show us the Father? Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me. He doeth the works. Well, Jesus makes a distinction between he and the Father. He declares that he is subordinate to the Father, even while declaring that he is one with the Father. He is an instrument of the Father's will. Well, how did Jesus become an instrument of the Father? What did the Father do to Jesus to make him an instrument? The answers to these questions bear on the following words from Jesus, again in the Bible. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Well, we cannot rightfully presume that Jesus is saying that the Father is an invisible or formless spirit. Unfortunately, this is what most people assume and most people believe. Why then did Jesus make a distinction between the Father and God in these verses? Jesus said the same thing to the Jews that he said to Philip. I and my Father are one. Then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. Jesus answered them, many good works have I showed you from my Father. For which of those works do ye stone me? The Jews answered, saying, for a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, and because that thou, being a man, makest thyself God. Jesus answered them, is it not written in your law? I said, ye are all gods. And as we know, that comes from Psalms, where the remainder of that verse is children of the Most High God. Well, if we are all gods, children of the Most High God, but yet are not spirits floating in space, then why should the Father, the Most High God, be a spirit floating in space? Well, clearly Jesus had another definition of spirit, and his knowledge of what spirit meant is what made him one with the Father.